Welcome to the 2007 Pro Tour Geneva Awards Ceremony. Assisting me today will be head judge David Vaujan. Before we begin, a few awards that were presented earlier. In fourth place, winning $14,000 from Japan, Shingo Kurihara. And in third place, winning $15,000, also from Japan, Kenji Sumura. And now the 2007 Pro Tour Geneva finalist, winning $22,000 from Japan, Takuya Osawa. Let's hear it once again for Takuya Osawa. And now, the 2007 Pro Tour Geneva champion, winning $40,000 from the United States, Mike Rahn. Let's hear it one more time. From the United States, Mike Rahn, your 2007 Pro Tour Geneva champion. I'd like to thank all the competitors, judges, and staff that made Pro Tour Geneva such a success. Please join us April 20th to 22nd in Yokohama, Japan. And now we turn it over to Brian David Marshall and Randy Bueller for the Tournament Center postgame. Thank you.
Nice job. Welcome to the Tournament Center with Brian David Marshall. I'm Randy Bueller. We just watched an incredible match of magic. Pro Tour Geneva has been an amazing event. The top 8 had some spectacular talent in it. In the end, it all came down to a battle between Takuya Osawa of Japan, Mike Rahn of the United States. Just a great match of magic.
It was a great match of magic that involved first picks and 15th picks.
True. It's true.
It was spectral. The game was about spectral force. It was about Tysus. It was about Vampiric Link. It was just unbelievable. It was great.
In the end, it came down to Mike Rahn playing Spectral Force, 8-8 Trampler. He had Gauntlet of Power. It was actually a 9-9 Trampler. So he knows that his opponent has 3 different copies of Tysus in his deck.
Doesn't know he has 3 in his hand.
We knew all 3 copies of Tysus are in the hand of Takuya Osawa, trying to win his second Pro Tour in the last 10 months. Osawa desperately needs to draw a land. If only he can come up with one more land, blam! Spectral Force turns into 18 damage, and Osawa wins the Pro Tour. Last card came off the top. Not a land, just another monster. Rahn is able to attack for the win. Unbelievable.
It was unreal, and it was remarkable restraint from Mike Rahn.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable restraint. He could have played the Spectral Force 2 full turns earlier. Instead, opted to play Gauntlet of Power, play a Mire Bower, baited out Cradle of the Grave. Next turn, passed with his mana untapped. Just passed, made no play.
Right.
Osawa doesn't know what's up. He has a 2/3 Shaper Parasite.
He doesn't attack with
He
it.
doesn't attack.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. It was just amazing. Like, play, you talk about when you get to this level of play, players playing each other as opposed to necessarily just playing the cards in their hand.
Right.
And that's what we were watching.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun to watch.
If you want to go watch it yourself, by the way, if you haven't already seen it, MagicTheGathering.com/webcast. You can look at all the archives. You can watch the draft. You can watch all the matches from the top 8. And it was, the whole day has been awesome.
Right.
You got Mike Rahn into this top 8. Mike Rahn played his first Pro Tour was Pro Tour Chicago back in 1999. His buddy Bob Maher won that Pro Tour.
Right.
That was his introduction. He was considered one of the real up-and-comers in the late 90s. Sort of got into a more casual mode. He's sort of been playing 1 Pro Tour a year or so. But the people in the know this guy as just one of the best limited players around.
If you're doing a team draft,
You want him on your side.
this is the guy you want.
You know, if you're Bob Maher trying to go off and win Player of the Year, this is the guy you go to for advice about how to win a draft.
Right. This was his limited resource in Madison. This was his secret tech.
And interestingly, no American had won a limited Pro Tour since Mike Postilnick 6 years and 7 days ago.
Unbelievable.
It's been over 6 years. So Mike Cron, it's almost kind of like an old timer coming in, a la the whole time spiral, time
the grizzled veteran comes in to clean up the mess that these kids have made.
Something like that. The rest of this top 8 had some awesome names too. You got Kenji Samura and Takuya Usawa.
Kenji Samura playing in his fifth
top 8.
Fifth top 8, like Hall of Fame territory.
Yeah.
He goes automatically when you talk about Hall of Fame and the year 2042 or whatever it's going to be.
He's probably the only eligible guy in his class.
I'm sure Oiso was the only eligible guy in his class. Sort of descended from Oiso, and I mean just remarkable playing against in the quarters.
So Kenji shows up. He wins his semifinal match, but wins his quarterfinal match, falls in the semis to Mike Cron. You've got Takuya Usawa trying to win his second Pro Tour. He comes in all the way through to the finals. Just so many storylines. What's the thing you're going to remember Pro Tour Geneva for?
I think I'm going to certainly remember Kenji Samura getting his fifth top 8.
Okay.
I'm going to remember Brian Kowal saying to me on Friday,
yeah,
Mike Cron's going to return the Pro Tour trophy to America. On Friday, he said, this guy's the best limited player around. He's certainly the best limited player we know. Mm-hmm. This guy's going to win. He knows this format inside and out. And following the guy a little more closely based on BK's recommendation and watched him fulfill that.
I actually think the thing I'm going to remember most, I mean, the Pro Tour has been awesome, but the Pro Tour has become so much more than just the players and just the trophies and just the checks. I think the ski trip and the scene here in Geneva is something that's going to stick with me for quite some time.
Yeah, we walked here this morning and we could see the Alps.
Yeah. 2 busloads of players got onto skis on Thursday, the day before the Pro Tour, the trip out to the Swiss Alps. You got Brazilian superstar Paulo Victor Damo de Rosa seeing snow for the very first time ever. Those are such cool stories, such cool moments associated with the Pro Tour.
Along with Brazilian superstar Billy Adel,
another guy. What kind of run has this guy been on? I mean he didn't draft a great deck.
The quarterfinal loss is disappointing. You're like, I got into the Pro Tour top 8 and I lost in the quarterfinals
to Kenji.
Damn it.
Right. Yeah, that's the below average performance for him lately.
Right.
Second at Charleston, second at Kobe, playing for top 8 at Worlds and loses. That's been the worst thing he's done in the last year. And then makes the top 8 here, gets knocked out by Kenji in the quarterfinals.
Seeing a new class of top limited players, Kenji and Willie, both in the top 8 at Kobe.
Yep.
Both in the top 8 here this weekend, back-to-back limited Pro Tours. You're reminded of Anton and Nikolai, or, Anton Nikolai and Mike Turian, like that really kind of run where those guys were always in the top 8 of a limited Pro Tour for a couple of years.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously we're seeing some great players at the height of their powers right now. These are guys you should be watching every time.
Kenji's in great shape in the Player of the Year race in 20 points, but it's Mike Cron who's got the lead coming out of this Pro Tour. He's got the $40,000, he's got the Pro Tour title, and he's got the Pro Tour trophy headed back to the United States.
And he's got the invites for a year. See if he goes to more than one a year now.
We'll see what happens. So it's been a great Pro Tour. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the coverage of Geneva. Like I said, head to MagicTheGathering.com if you haven't seen it all already. The webcasts are there, the daily wrap-ups.
The draft viewer is there. I mean, if you want to know Time Spiral, Planar Chaos draft, there are 4, 5 drafts up this weekend where you can put yourself in Kenji Samura's seat and say, what would I have done here? And you can get the draft and you can watch the draft flow by and you can really just learn from the best players on earth.
If you want to learn, that's the place to go. For Brian David Marshall, I hope you've enjoyed all this coverage. I'm Randy Bueller saying goodbye from the Tournament Center. We'll see you next time from Pro Tour Yokohama.